Day 28, last night in China. By this time tomorrow, I think I'll actually be in Thailand. I've been noticing a pattern in my life. I go between these highs and lows of feeling really excited about something and then just feeling super drained and exhausted, unmotivated, sad. And I'm becoming more aware that this is happening. And in fact, the more excited I am about something, it seems the more likely that it's going to be followed by a really strong low. And I've heard some things, people, look at behavior, not behavior, but look at patterns like this and described it as a mental illness, like being bipolar or manic depressive, something like this. But how is it that experiencing a wide range of powerful emotions is considered unhealthy? Why is that abnormal, whereas the normal state should be not feeling such strong emotions all the time? I don't really know. But what I do know is that even as I go between these two states, the feeling of neutrality and acceptance and security in the middle of all that is getting stronger and stronger. So when I'm really excited and motivated about something, remembering that that feeling isn't going to last forever, and that the excitement about myself is greater than the excitement about experiencing the external world. On the other hand, when I'm feeling really down and sad and like it's a struggle just to get out and go into the world, remembering that too is temporary, and that I am greater than that feeling of depletion and lack. There's something about me that experiences these feelings and experiences the life outside of the world, and it's beyond all of that stuff. And whatever that is, it's always there and is a constant. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm starting to realize that really who I am is beneath all of this other stuff. It's not my past story, not my bank account. It's not my job. It's not my future goals and aspirations. It's not my emotions and feelings and beliefs and values. And it's not even who I think I am right now. there's something that gives rise to all of this. I'm like it's almost like being like a radio tower or something that tunes into the frequency and then plays the music or the TV show that I'm experiencing as part of my life. So today I was feeling really bad because of money. Excited to go on this trip to Thailand on one hand, but on the other hand, not having very much money to take with me. It's the least amount of money I've ever had when booking a flight to another country in my whole life. One of my friends said that she would loan me some money that I could pay her back when I returned to China. And I don't know what happened to her. But she didn't respond to me this morning. It's 6 o'clock right now. I haven't heard from her all day. And I panicked. I thought I can't make it through this trip without the extra money. How am I going to do this? And I felt so bad. Couldn't do the meditation this morning. I tried to pack and prepare clean a little bit. Went out, got a massage, and came back, took a nap for a little bit. Woke up, was still feeling really anxious. Not only anxious about the money, but actually even more anxious about the fact that I hadn't done the meditation yet. And the fear of what I would encounter when I went into it. Something deeper beyond the money. The feeling that I'm not good enough. The feeling that I'm never going to be successful. That I can never have the experiences in life that I want. Which is really strange to think about this, that I could be afraid of these thoughts, because in fact, last night was a really incredible experience. I went out after school was over. I took a walk down the river to Central Street. It's the main kind of tourist area. To be honest, I don't really see the draw necessarily. It's the old, it's like the old main street in Harbin. And so there's a lot of old Russian influenced architecture there. It's always very busy with people. So I walked there and I talked with many different people to practice my Chinese. Took pictures with them. Had really positive interactions. In fact, the first person that I spoke to yesterday, she gave me a hug at the end of our conversation. Now, this is the first time someone I had just met in China gave me a hug who wasn't drunk. So she was sober, and she wanted to give me a hug after we spoke. And before that, I had gone out from my apartment. I came back after work and meditated for a little bit. As I was leaving the apartment building, I saw someone else, and I smiled, and she smiled really big back at me, and I just felt, I said, this is going to be like the best night in Harbin ever. I could just feel it. So the next person gave me a hug. And then I talked to some more people. Somebody who wouldn't, she didn't want to exchange contact information, but she was really happy to actually speak with me for quite some time as we walked together. Took more photos with people, and then I engaged a group. Spoke with the largest group of Chinese people that I've ever done so far. It was 6, and I asked them if they wanted to go on a ride to Mars in my spaceship with me. All of them said yes. High fives to everyone. And then eventually I met up with one of my other Chinese friends and had some dinner with her. And after we ate, I wanted to keep trying to talk to people a little more. And I've been watching these people on YouTube who have these prank channels where they go out in public, talk to people in the streets, and often like say and do really strange or funny things, awkward conversations with them, and secretly record it for the experience. And so I love this. This is actually one of my dreams is to create content like this that I can just enjoy making so much, and also bring something special to the people involved in the process and for viewers as well. And so I brought my friend with me and said, you want to try some of this? Okay, go ahead. I gave her an idea. I said, I want you to pretend that you don't speak Chinese and start a conversation with someone, only speak English. I said, if you are going to use Chinese, make it really bad, like you don't really know how to speak. So she tried this, and she asked somebody for directions, but the directions, it was like, how do I get to this street that's basically straight down the street from here? And she tells her, and it's like only speaking English, and um, and then she's like, do you understand? She's speaking to her in Chinese, like, I can tell you, but I don't think you're gonna know. And then I tell her, I can go ahead, tell her that actually you do speak Chinese. It's a joke, but she couldn't do it. Anyways, it was cool, so we went on. Next one, I talked to somebody else. She was eating, she had some McDonald's French fries, and I stopped her and I said, hey, I don't know what I said, but we started talking, and I said, how about the McDonald's? Is it good? She said, yeah, it is. Okay, and then I never tried this before either. Asking a stranger if I can eat their food. I said, I want some. Can I have? And she was like, yeah, sure, of course. I ate some French fries, and we took a picture together, and okay, so she goes, feeling really good about this, and I want to do another one. So there's like a big balloon. There's a big balloon. They have light up balloons for sale. And I'm not sure why at first, but I decided I want to buy one. And so I do buy it. My friend asked me, oh, what do you want that for? Oh, I also bargained it down, about almost 40% off the price she was asking for. What do you want the balloon for? So I'm gonna give it to somebody. and I decide that I'm going to give it to a man. And I've never done anything like this before. I suppose maybe I've tried giving stuff to strangers in the past, but I'd never spontaneously bought something and decided right then that I was going to give it to someone else and give it to a man. And there was it in my mind, like it was like, oh my god, like this is totally crazy because I have this belief that, like, I don't know, it's really weird. It tries to keep me down, but the belief or the thought tells me that I'm gay, and I it's really incredible that I even said that. I've never spoken this on video before, and I don't actually identify with this belief. It's just one of those thoughts that, you know, like one of these limited beliefs that we have, that kind of prevent us from experiencing life to the fullest. And I'm very, like, I don't know, there's certain things that I like that are kind of like gay or girly, maybe. You know, I like Disney princess movies. I like to sing the music to them. I like to, not right now, but in the past, I've liked to put on makeup. Somebody gave me these last night, and I had a good time wearing them on my head like this. And just different stuff like that, and you know, some of the interests that I have, maybe more like, you know, I like Broadway musicals, okay, and just a lot of things that I'm interested in maybe could be seen as usually like more what gay men like. But actually, I love dating women and interacting with them, and I've never felt like, oh, like I need to have a boyfriend, or this is what I want. So it's this really like, just really annoying in some ways that um, this thought or idea has stuck with me for so long, and me being in resistance so much to it. Like it's really funny. When you have thoughts or beliefs, how do you get rid of them if you're trying to accept it just so that the thought will go away? Like, even if I don't really believe something is true, by fighting against it, I'm not allowing that thought or belief to take its course. And so when acceptance is a really funny thing. I've often heard people talk about spiritual bypassing, that is like refusing to truly acknowledge like their feelings or like attitude or belief on a system by just saying, everything's okay. Um, this is how it's meant to be. Uh, like this is exactly what I need right now, so it's all good. But what happens when what you're getting isn't what you actually want or what you think you need, but then part of your mind or whatever is going on, it's trying to still tell you, okay, like this is good. Like one of my favorite guys in the world I've never met, JP Sears. He talked about this in one of his first videos. Think it was his episode 1 of how to be ultra spiritual, and he said that it's like accepting or not showing any signs of emotional distress no matter what happens. and you know, he's like talking to his girlfriend. He says, "What? You're you're breaking up with me, and you've been cheating on me for 6 months?" No, I'm not upset. Why would I be upset about that? It's all just part of the beauty in life. That's just wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Something like that, right? When in fact, there's some experiences that we have that are actually quite painful, and and it's okay for them to be painful, or it's okay to have thoughts or beliefs that we mm, it's okay to have thoughts or beliefs that go against or like conflict maybe with other beliefs that we have. But when we're in resistance to these things, when part of us is saying, that's okay, I accept that this has happened, or I accept that this is a belief that I have, but the acceptance is because we're trying to get rid of that or change the situation. You're just holding on even longer. This isn't actually acceptance. It's resistance disguised as acceptance. So I bought the balloon and I told her, okay, you're gonna pick the guy. Tell me the guy who you think is really handsome and that I should go give this to. And she finally found him, and he walks into a shoe store with his girlfriend and their other friends. And then she's like, oh, well, they just went inside. No, it's okay. We're going to do it. So we walked into the shoe store, and I went up to the group, and I said to the guy, hi, in Chinese, of course. I said, hi, I think you're really handsome. I want to give this to you. And I gave him the big balloon, and he's like, uh, uh, the guy doesn't know what to do. I don't think anything this has ever happened to him his whole life. But he takes the balloon, and the girls with him just think it's hilarious. They really enjoy this. And can we take a picture together? So put my arm around him, take a picture, and then we leave. And I can't remember if we talked to anyone else or not. Maybe we went home after that. And I went home feeling amazing. Felt so good. And then woke up this morning, thought about the money, thought about how no matter all these people that I talk to, what difference does that make? You still didn't record a video of this and share it online. That didn't make any money, or did it get any friends? I don't know. Maybe one of these people will talk to me again. But having such an amazing experience, and then to wake up in the morning and feel like a part of me just shit all over the whole thing. Like, yeah, that was great, but you're here now. That doesn't matter anymore. And so, like, that's the point, really. As wonderful as that happened last night, that's over already. That's never gonna happen again. I did that. Friday night, good job. High five. Boom. That was awesome. Now it's Saturday morning, and it's time to meditate again. And I didn't. I did my laundry, and I said, oh, I can't meditate, because what if my friend contacts me now and tells me about the money? So I put this off, not wanting to meditate for fear that it would interrupt, or that it would prevent me from communicating with my friend who had promised to lend me some money for this trip. And I completely forgot about that until right now when I mentioned it again. And now I'm thinking I gotta go check my phone to see if she responded to me. But the fact is, yeah, that money's going to help. But if somehow she didn't get it to me before I have to leave tomorrow morning at 4. So basically, if I don't get it tonight, maybe she can send it to me. I don't know. China's weird with the money. I'm not going to think too much about it. Whether or not I get it from her, it doesn't matter. Because I got a round-trip ticket to Thailand. I'm coming back to China with a place to stay, getting paid again right when I return. So there's really no problem. And this whole day, I was so stressed and anxious about this because I made it a problem that I needed that money when I really didn't. And then in this video, I talked about something that I thought I could never share with people. And it's 27 minutes. Like, what? This is the longest video by far. So, I'm gonna stop here. Here's the point, to recap once again. I don't know what the point is. Alright, I'm just gonna end it. Day 28. See you in Thailand.